It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of good fortune must be in want of a wife. Well, that's what Jane Austen thought. But things have changed a lot since Janie's time. These days it tends to be wives who want a good fortune. Just look at Ivana Trump. In fact, in an exclusive interview, Ivana told us how she met Donald.
I fell in love at second sight. The first time I saw him, I didn't know how rich he was.
She later added,
I don't love him just because his father left him a fortune. I'd love him no matter who left it to him.
Over the next hour or so, we're going to look at the various ways the sexes treat each other. Here, for example, are 4 people's varying views on marriage.
Agatha Christie observed of her own husband, an archaeologist, a husband who is an archaeologist is the best a woman can have. The older she gets, the more interested he is in her.
Joanna Lumley said, I require 3 things of a man. He must be handsome, ruthless, and stupid.
The French sex therapist, David Ginola, observed, the majority of husbands remind me of an orangutan trying to play the violin.
The last word in this section goes to Cher, the American rock singer. The trouble with some women is that they get all excited about nothing and then marry him. In fact, Cher is full of useful advice. Does he love me? I want to know. How can I tell if he loves me so?
Where's this come from?
Oh no, you'd be deceived. Oh no, he'll make believe if you want to know. If he loves you so, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. Oh no, that's just his charm. Oh no, that's just his arms. If you want to know if he loves you so, it's his kiss. Oh yeah, that's where it is. Oh, hold him and squeeze him tight. Find out what you want to know. If it's love, if it really is, it's there in his kiss. How about the way he acts? Oh no, that's not the way. No, you're not listening to all I say. And if you wanna know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. Oh yeah, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. Lots for me tonight, ladies. Lots of cheering, shouting, clapping your hands. He's yawning already, can't act the pace. Oh, hold him and squeeze him tight. Find out what you want to know. If it's love, if it really is, it's there in his kiss. How about the way he acts? Oh no, that's not the way. So you're not listening to all I say. And if you wanna know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. Oh yeah, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. It's in his kiss. That's where it is. It's in his kiss. That's where it is. Oh, that's where it is. Oh yeah, it's in his kiss. That's where it is. It's in his kiss.
Don't encourage her.
Thank you for that, Boo. Love is a matter which has troubled all great philosophers. Sigmund Freud came to the conclusion that love is a gross exaggeration of the difference between one person and everybody else.
And Aristotle said, if women didn't exist, then all the money in the world would mean nothing. Mind you, that was Aristotle Onassis, who certainly has had his fair share of both. You know what I mean?
Another great brain of the 20th century, Farrah Fawcett, showed that when it came to men, she was neither a Charlie nor an angel. God made men stronger, but not necessarily more intelligent. He gave women intuition and femininity, and used properly, That combination easily jumbles the brain of any man I've ever met.
Well, yes, man certainly spends a good deal of his adult life trying to woo his way into women's affections, and I think the newspaper columnist Eve Pollard summed it all up.
It seems to me that outside every Finn girl, there's a fat man trying to get in.
Some men just have no respect. Do we, lads?
I know what you mean. Okay, clapping your hands this time, everybody.
Give it up, sit back down. Oi.
What you want, baby, I got it. What you need, you know I got it. All I'm asking is for a little respect when you come home, baby, when you come home.
Bugger off.
I ain't gonna do you wrong, I don't wanna. I ain't gonna do you wrong while you're gone. All I want you to do for me is give me some here. Yeah, baby, a little respect. I'm out to give you all of my money, and all I'm asking in return, honey, is to give me my purpose when you get home. Yeah, baby, when you get home.
Have you finished yet? You're going to sit down.
Nope. Ooh, your kisses, sweet and honey. But guess what? So here's my money.
What, you have to pay for it?
All I want you to do for me is give me some here. Yeah, baby, a little respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Take out the T-C-P. Baby, a little respect.
You're not going to lie.
Give it to me, yeah.
Yeah,
A
I know.
little respect, a little respect, yeah, baby. A little respect, yeah, baby. Little respect. Respect me, a little respect. Charlotte Whitten, a successful Canadian politician, was living proof that women can make it in a man's world. She claimed, whatever women do, they must do twice as well as men to be thought of half as good. Luckily, this is not difficult.
But not all men appreciate the qualities of the fairer sex. Rudyard Kipling, not the one who makes exceedingly good cakes, thought, a woman is only a woman, but a cigar is a bloody good smoke.
A great English playwright wrote this epitaph for his wife. Here lies my wife, here let her lie. Now she's at rest, and so am I.
Parting, as another playwright said, can be such sweet sorrow, but sometimes it's just sweet. As Frank Carson said, "'Tis better to have loved and lost than to have spent the whole of your bloody life with her."
Zaza Gabor can always find time for a word or two, this time promoting family values. I believe in large families. Every woman should have at least 3 husbands.
Get arrested for that. But Woody Allen just hasn't been able to work out women. He told us everything we wanted to know about sex, but we're afraid to ask. But he's still doing some pretty deep research into the subject. He said, love is the answer. While you're looking for the answer, sex raises some pretty good questions.
George and Ira Gershwin highlighted some of the communication problems between the sexes in the next song. Things have come to a pretty pass. I
voice will never last out. Something must be done.
I say either and you say either.
You say neither and I say neither.
Either,
Either, neither.
let's call the whole thing off. I like say tomato and you say tomato.
Forgot the words.
Potato,
Potato,
tomato,
tomato. Let's call the whole thing off. I better.
and oh.
If we call the whole thing off, then we must part.
And oh,
If we ever part, then that might break my heart. You wear pajamas, I'm wearing my pajamas.
I'll wear pajamas and give up pajamas.
For we know we need each other, so we better call the calling off. Let's call the whole thing off.
I say laughter and you say laughter.
You say after and I'll say after.
Laughter,
Laughter,
after.
after.
Let's call the whole thing off. I like vanilla and you like vanilla.
You sarsaparilla and I'll sarsaparilla.
Vanilla,
Vanilla,
chocolate.
strawberry.
Let's call the whole thing off. And oh, if we call the whole thing off, then we must part. And oh, if we ever part, then that might break my heart.
You go for oysters and I'll go for oysters.
I'll order oysters and cancel the oysters. For we know we need each other, so we better call the calling off.
Let's call the
Whole thing off. Men's views of love vary enormously. From the romantic thoughts of Lord Tennyson, I only know of only one duty, and that is to love.
To the cynical words of Tony Hancock, love is only a dirty trick played on us to achieve continuation of the species. But women, however, can be equally dismissive about men. Our old friend Cher remarked that,
Men are luxuries, not necessities.
and the fabulous Zaza told us,
A man in love is incomplete until he is married, and then he's finished. Mae West observed, give a man a free hand and he'll run it all over you. Yep, romance has never been a very male characteristic.
oh, hasn't it?
Nope.
No? Put the music on. It's my turn now to possibly crucify a song this evening. I thought I was going well tonight, and then like my voice is just... If anybody wants to get a brandy from the bar, lads, you do me a favour. And a favour will be returned, of course. I'm going to sing you a little song for all the ladies out there, just to tell you what us lads are really like. So listen and learn. A little bit of me and a whole lot of you. Add a dash of starlight and a dozen roses too. Then let it rise for 100 years or two. And that's the recipe for making love. It doesn't need sugar cause it's already sweet. It doesn't need an oven cause it's got a lot of heat. Just add a dash of kisses to make it all complete. And that's the recipe for making love. And if you made it right, you'll know it. It's not like anything you made before. And if you made it wrong, you'll know it. Cause it won't keep you coming back for more. I didn't get it from my grandma's book up on the shelf. Didn't get it from a magical and culinary elf. No, a little birdie told me that you can make it by yourself. And that's the recipe for making love. You see, because Emma, all the ladies out there in the audience think that us lads are mean, cruel and heartless. But lads, we're not really, are we? Deep down, like just in there, in the heart, we're quite sensitive and caring, aren't we? We are, aren't we, lads? We just don't like admitting it because the women give it all of that all the time. Bit of lip. And we just want an easy life, don't we? So we really are nice deep down at heart. So you should learn that. It's not like anything you made before. And you know what? It won't keep you coming back for more. No, I didn't get it from my grandma's book upon that shelf. They get it from a magic dollar, culinary help. No, a little birdie told me that you can make it by yourself. And that's the recipe. Girl, that's the recipe. I'm making love to you. That's the recipe for making love to you. Cheers, lads. Ah, that was nice, that, wasn't it?
Okay, so most gentlemen don't like love. But then most women don't think much of it either. Mainly because it all too often involves men. Margaret Thatcher knew exactly where she stood. I married beneath me. All women do.
Well, no doubt she would have agreed with Sam Fox that a woman who strives to be like a man lacks ambition.
Because let's face it, girls, blokes aren't the brightest of God's creatures, are they? Is your man so stupid that he has to drop his trousers if he wants to count to 21? Well, he probably thinks that women are just as stupid as you think men are.
Bob Hope claimed that most women have a photographic brain. Unfortunately, it never develops. He also said, my wife was so stupid she thought Coco Van was sex in a truck.
Then again, most men reckon monogamy is something they make furniture out of. So don't listen to what they think. Mae West claimed that anybody who thought about marriage needed their head looking at anyway. Marriage is a great institution, but I'm not ready for an institution yet.
But anybody who gets married needs all the help they can get. So sometimes I try to offer a little spiritual assistance. Now, lads, you got to help me out with this bit, because my voice is going and the whistly bit at the end I can't do, so sing along. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and then I'll watch them roll away again. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time, oh, my sweet time. I left my home in Georgia, and I headed for the Frisco Bay, 'cause I had nothing to live for, and it looks like nothing's gonna come my way. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time, oh, my sweet time. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. I can't do what some people tell me to do, so I guess I'll remain the same. I'm sitting here resting my bones, and it's lonely and this won't leave me alone. It's 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. So I'm just gonna sit on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Your lights and lads, whistles. Kind of can do it louder than that, lads, on this side. In the middle. And on that side as well. Like chicken. Give yourself a round of applause, lads. See, because they know how to help each other out, lads do.
No comment. Shelley Winters noticed that in Hollywood, all marriages are happy. It's just the trying to live together afterwards that causes all the problems.
And of course, Liz Taylor was very discreet in her affairs and knew when to keep her mouth shut. She said, "I never talk to my husband during sex." "Oh, that is unless he telephones."
Nina Mishkov dealt with her husband pretty sharply. A husband is what is left over after the nerve is extracted.
And Zaza, the collector of 8 husbands, gives us another one of her findings.
Husbands are like fires. They go out if unattended. Whilst James Thurber thought a woman's place is in the wrong. Clearly a lot of you fellas still put us on a pedestal, if only to clean the ceiling. We women, though, can be a lot harder on ourselves. Betty Davis talking about a rival film starlet. She is the original good time that was had by all. And Sophia Loren found out that
men seldom make passes at female smart arses.
And Dorothy Parker famously observed, "You can lead a horticulture, but you can't make her think."
Oh, but don't laugh too loud now, because if one insult reaches the wrong ears, then you lot could be in serious trouble.
He went away and you hung around and bothered me every night. When I wouldn't go out with you, you said things that weren't very nice. My boyfriend's back and you're gonna be in trouble.
Hey la, your boyfriend's back.
When you see him coming, better cut out on the double.
Join in. Hey la, your boyfriend's back.
He's been spreading lies and I was untrue.
Join in. Hey la, your boyfriend's back.
Look out now, 'cause I'm coming after you. Hey, he knows I wouldn't cheat him. Hey, you're gonna get a beating. He's been gone for such a long time.
Hey la, your boyfriend's back.
Now he's back and things will be fine.
Hey la, your boyfriend's back.
You're gonna be sorry you were ever born.
Good words. Hey la, your boyfriend's
'Cause
back.
he's kinda big and he's awful strong. Hey, he knows I wouldn't cheat him. Hey, you're gonna get a beating. What made you think he'd believe all your lies? He's a big man now and he'll cut you down to size. Wait and see, my boyfriend's back, he's gonna save my reputation. If I were you, I'd take a permanent vacation. Hey, you know I wouldn't cheat him. Hey, you're gonna get a beating. What made you think he'd believe all your lies? He's a big man now and he'll cut you down to size. Wait and see. Yeah, my boyfriend's back. Yeah, my boyfriend's back. Hey, he knows I wouldn't cheat him. Hey, you're gonna get a beating. Yeah, my boyfriend's back. Yeah, my boyfriend's back. My boyfriend's back. Yeah, my boyfriend's back.
Talk amongst yourselves a minute.
Carol Vorderman has made a career out of making science popular. She would have made it extremely popular if she'd have had her way. If they can put a man on the moon, she asked, why don't they put them all there? Back on planet Earth, Groucho Marx told us,
In various stages of her life, woman resembles continents of the world. From 13 to 18, she's like Africa, virgin territory. From 18 to 30, she's like Asia, hot and exotic. From 30 to 45, she's like America, fully explored and free with her resources. From 45 to 55, she's like Europe, exhausted but not without places of interest. Over 55, she's like Australia. Everybody knows she's down there, but nobody cares.
of course, the The human body is an endless source of amusement. Wayne Sleep was one... Easily like that. Wayne Sleep was once asked if he thought nude dancing would be erotic, and this is what he replied.
No. You see, parts of the human anatomy that would keep on swinging long after the music had finished. However, here to take you into the interval, we give you Fully Clothed, the 1980s dance sensation, Time of My Life. Sing along. Now I've had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you.
Lord, I've had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you.
Let's see you clap your hands. And all the kids as well. I've been waiting for so long. Now I've finally found someone to stand by me.
We saw the writing on the wall as we felt this magical fantasy. You're not going to put me off tonight, go away.
Now with passion in our eyes, there's no way we could disguise it secretly. So we'll take each other's hand, cause we seem to understand the urgency. Just remember, you're the one thing I can't get enough of. So I tell you something, you wish this was love, because I've had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. Hey, baby.
With my body and soul, I want you more than you'll ever know.
You know it. So we'll just let it go. Don't be afraid to lose control. Yes, I know it's on your mind when you say, stay with me tonight. And remember,
You're the one thing I can't get enough
you're
of.
so kind, Emma.
So I tell you something.
What?
This could be love, no chance.
Because I've had the time of my life. No, I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. 'Cause
I've had the time of my life, and I've searched through every open door till I found the truth,
and I owe it all to you. Dirty Dancing. Come on. Do you want to see the lift? Should we do the lift? Yeah.
No.
Should we do the lift?
No.
Come on then, get ready. Now I've had the time of my life, and I've searched through every open door. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you. I've never done this before, and I've never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you, 'cause I've had the time of my life, and I've searched through the truth, and I owe it all to you. And I owe it all to you. And if anybody knows like a doctor, please. Well, unfortunately, that concludes the end of the first half. Who's winning so far? Lona! On your own.
Thank you, Jill.
Is it the women? Or is it the lads?
What's that for? You gonna get shot?
That's like, don't need to say anymore.
So now the usual line is, we're just going to take a short break because Emma has to go backstage and trowel on some more makeup. So that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, she's going to
Back in a minute.
The word potholes appearing in her face there. She just needs to get some more cement and refill the holes in. So thank you very much to the lads for getting me a drink there. Cheers. We'll be starting the second half very, very shortly. We're just going to take a short break so you guys can get your drinks into the bar. And Emma's going to put her makeup on and sort of do them womanly things that women have to do. I mean, like, they always sort of complain that they've got to do something. And we'll be back with you very, very shortly with the second half of Two's Company. Cheers.
Stop waffling.
Baby girl, I said tonight is your lucky night. Peter Andre,
I'm gutted we've got kids in here. I've got some jokes that I could have gone into then.
Stare at you, walking on the shore. I try to concentrate, my mind wants to explore. The tropical scent of you takes me up above. And girl, when I look at you, oh, I fall in love. No doubt you look so fine. Girl, I wanna make you mine. I want to be with a woman just like you. No doubt I'm the only man who can love you like I can. So just let
Please note these are proper women.
I know these girls, it's all too late. I've had it
Well out of your league.
past the sell by date.
Of course.
To pastures new. Just one more
Can't remember the last time I saw a male supermodel on your arm.
And I'll make sure she hasn't got a brother.
Ball's back in your court.
I'll make sure she hasn't got a brother.
Deadly silence. There you go, 50p's gone in the meter. Some people are clearly made for each other. The novelist Samuel Butler commented on the perfect match between two of his characters. It was very good of God to let Carlyle and Mrs. Carlyle marry one another and make only two people miserable instead of four.
During the interval, as usual, I noticed Chip eyeing up a member of our audience here. Always a sucker for good looks, is our Chip?
Me? I don't know. Wait, Alright then. Well, of course, you know, I know looks aren't it, but as Linda Lasani said, the average girl would have... I'm talking like David Coleman, aren't I? The average girl...
for me, thank you. There you go. Thank you very much.
Camarero,
Gracias.
¿qué pasa?
Thank you, Jill.
Un botella de brandy para mí. ¿Sí?
Gracias.
Coño. Some
No.
of you may not understand Spanish, but some of you may do. So I just said a naughty word, sorry. Huh? ¿Qué pasa? Sí. Chicos, vi chicas. Esta noche. Tú, chica.
Oi, you two.
Yes. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Jill.
Ah.
Are you
Can't
gonna
get
carry
into that
on?
though, can I?
You want a straw?
Anyway, Emma,
As you were saying.
I've lost the gag now. Just carry on.
Anyway, as it happens, I know all about this particular member of the audience. I've been wrestling with my conscience, and I've finally decided to tell Chip what she's really like. You look like an angel.
I am an angel.
Walk like an angel. Talk like an angel. But I got one. You're the devil in disguise. Oh, yes, you are. Devil in disguise. You fooled me with your kisses. You cheated and you schemed. Heaven knows how you lied to me. That's not the way you seemed. You look like an angel. Walk like an angel. Been switched off. Talk like an angel. But I got one. You're the devil in disguise. Oh, yes, you are. Devil in disguise. I thought that I was in heaven, but I was sure surprised. Heaven help me, I didn't see the devil in your eyes. You look like an angel, walk like an angel, talk like an angel.
I was gonna say a fairy.
I got one. You're the devil in disguise.
I'm an angel.
Oh, yes, you are. Devil in disguise. Devil in disguise. The evils of the flesh.
Well, back in 1889, Charles Dickens said that sex wasn't all it was cracked up to be. He said the pleasure is momentary, the position is ridiculous, and the expense is bloody damnable.
Mae West inevitably had her own ideas on the subject. They used to call me Snow White, but I drifted. Roseanne Barr has no time to waste on such soft centres. To her, the quickest way to a man's heart is through his chest.
Billy Connolly summed up man's eternal struggle. Men's first experience of life is being pushed out of a woman's body. Then they spend the rest of their bloody lives trying to get back in.
But sex isn't always worth the fuss. My ex-boyfriend said he could have any woman he pleased. Shame. He never pleased any. So sometimes you just have to, well, please yourself. Jackie Collins said that sex with a man is okay, but it's not as good as the real thing.
And men are always playing with themselves. Sometimes it's football in a park. Sometimes it's poker with the boys. But Stephen Fry revealed just why men enjoy playing games so much. Making love is like playing bridge, he said. If you've got a good hand, who needs a partner?
Now we'd like to take you back to a time when love was so much harder. The lights went out all over Europe, and furious banging could be heard across the country. Yes, the war years were difficult for lovers. Men struggled to maintain a stiff upper lip, and the accents were all terribly, terribly terrible.
Great Western Railways apologise for the late arrival of the 427 from Dover.
Oh, Alec, it's you.
Yes, Laura, it's me again. I'm sorry. The train was late.
How did it go?
Oh, same as usual. Sort of choo-choo, choo-choo, choo.
Alec, did you bring the extra rations from the front?
Yes, I managed to get some whale meat.
Not whale meat again, don't know where, don't know where.
Oh, enough of all that. We've only got a few minutes.
I know.
Laura, what's happened to you? You've changed.
Well, yes, Alec, it has been 3 years. A woman has to change. She can't wear the same thing forever.
I know.
I know, you know.
I know you know I know.
I know you know,
I know you know I know you know I... Oh, enough of all that.
Alec, can you stand a shock?
You're not going to ask me to mend a fuse, are you?
No, I'm afraid I can't see you anymore.
Why ever not?
I'm standing with my back to you.
Oh, yes.
Alec, there's someone else.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No! Whom?
His name is Pedro Garcia.
He's not foreign, is he?
Does that make it worse?
Much. Did I have shortcomings?
It's only a little thing.
Oh,
You know, Alec, you are frightfully good in bed.
am I?
Yes, you lie in a straight line and you never ruckle the sheets. Oh, Alec, look. There's your train coming in on platform 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Platform 6, 7, 8, and 9. Why?
It's coming in sideways.
Oh, Laura, I don't want to go back to that place until I absolutely must.
Oh, Alec, really?
But you should be there. The incessant noise, the appalling lingering stench, the terrible food is just appalling. I can't
Alec!
take it anymore.
Don't be so stupid. You're only going to the Ocean Club for the weekend.
Dover.
We now look at gossip. As Oscar Wilde once said, there's only one thing worse than being talked about, and that is not being talked about. Vanessa Phelps' view was, if you can't say anything good about someone, then come and sit by me.
And George Burns found a solution to gossiping women. After 20 years of marriage, I finally developed an attachment for my wife. It fits over her mouth.
Well, maybe George was just trying to keep his wife slim. They say that women stop taking care of their figure when they get married. Well, that's not true. As Victoria Wood explained, when you're single, you go home and see what's in the fridge and then you go to bed. And when you're married, you see what's in the bed and then you go to the fridge.
Ruby Wax described how she saw her ideal society. Ladies, can you imagine a world without men? Yeah. No crime and lots of fat, happy women.
Jo Brand's attitude was predictable. What's the difference between a man and a chocolate bar? She asked. A chocolate bar will satisfy a woman every time. But forget the hip and thigh diet and even the F-plan, fun though it is. If you really want to lose 12 stone of unwanted fat, just divorce him.
Well, I'm sorry, enough of all of this. You're sitting there, ladies, you're taking a mickey out of men. Have we got anybody from Wales? No, I'm buggered then. Because one of the world's sexiest men comes from Wales. Well, the music on, here we go, a little bit of Tom Jones. He's not from Ireland. Oh, you are? What's that got to do with Tom Jones? You don't have to be beautiful to turn me on. I just need your body, baby, from dusk till dawn.
Bit hot, are you?
You don't need experience to turn me out. You just leave it all up to me. I can show you what it's all about. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool
Just ruined
to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm more compatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Woo! Gosh, she's hot. You gotta not talk dirty, baby, if you wanna impress me. You can't be too flirty, mama. I know how to undress me. Let me be your fantasy.
Lorraine, your
And
lucky
maybe
night.
you could be mine. Just leave it all up
him.
to me. We can have a good time. Wow. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Ain't no particular sign I'm more compatible with. I just want Lorraine's extra time and her kiss.
One word.
Woo!
Poser.
Think about a dance now. Fancy a challenge, Emma? See, it's men versus women tonight. Do you reckon we should have a challenge? Yeah? Alright then, Emma, see if you can do this.
I'll do something with a little bit more style without falling over.
Go on then. Gotcha. Give it to my baby. Woo! Women, not girls, rule my world. I say they rule my world. Well, at your age, mama, now she shoe size and maybe we can do the twirl. You don't have to watch Dynasty to have an attitude. You just leave it all up to me. My love can be Who was booing then? Right. It's alright, I'm just half undressed now. But enough about sex, if we were talking about it. What about love? Should it really be defined as a temporary insanity curable by marriage? Or even by John Barrymore, the actor, as the delightful interval between meeting a beautiful girl and finally realising that she looks like a haddock?
Warren Beatty has his opinions too.
What is irritating about love is that it is a crime that requires an accomplice.
And love is definitely a crime that doesn't pay. Betty Davis wondered if men were worth the investment. Men are like bank accounts. One minute they're up, and the next minute they're down. And most of the time, they show no interest. Sue Pollard's tips on spending were simple. If you want something hard and throbbing between your legs, buy a motorbike.
Well, the supermodel Anna Nicole Smith married an 80-year-old oil baron, but he knew exactly what she was after. She's hoping for a lucky stroke, he said. Mine.
And Barbara Windsor wasn't shy about getting financial matters off her chest. This bloke came up to me and he said, "I've got something 6 inches long in my pocket that will get you really excited." "What is it?" I said. "A £50 note?" Now, a little song. Chip thinks it's about him. We can think again.
Wait, no, I asked you what song you wanted to sing and you said hopelessly devoted to me.
Guess mine is not the first heartbroken.
And it won't be the last.
My eyes are not the first to cry. I'm not the first to know. There's just no getting over you. I know I'm just a fool who's willing to sit around and wait for you. But baby, can't you see there's nothing else for me to do? I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. My head is saying, "Fool, forget him." My heart is saying, "Don't let go. Just hold on to the end." That's what I intend to do. I'm hopelessly devoted to you. But now there's nowhere to hide since you pushed my love aside. I'm out of my head, hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you.
Let's sing for Emma! Because I did put her off in that, so I am sorry, Emma. Do apologise. But as we near the end of this scamper through all sorts of relationships, is it possible to sum up any of the areas that we've discussed? Do we agree with Lou Costello that marriage isn't a word, it's a sentence?
Do we agree with Madonna that it should be called Holy Deadlock? About sex, do we agree with Mae West that to her it's human, but it feels divine?
Perhaps we should ask Hugh Grant about that. I knew somebody would get it. Oh, does Mrs. Patrick Campbell have the right idea about sex? That it doesn't matter what you do in a bedroom as long as you don't do it in the street and frighten the horses.
It makes no difference what your own individual thoughts are, as long as you leave your mind and your heart open to love. So there we have it, the battle of the sexes. When God created women, she clearly knew what she was doing. Even Sid James, a man, admits, man was a creature made at the end of a long week, when God was tired.
But as Jim Bowen points out, woman was made from man's ribs, which, as any butcher will tell you, ain't the best cut.
But all men should be careful in the constant power struggle we call battle of the sexes. As many men have noted, give a woman an inch and she thinks she's a ruler.
But some men prefer the thoughts of W.C. Fields. Women are like elephants to me, he said. They're nice and interesting to look at, but who the hell wants to own one?
W.C. Fields, and why should we listen to a man whose parents named him after a toilet? Look, Chip, tonight I've had enough. In the words of Betty Grable, don't think it hasn't been charming, because it hasn't.
Woo! Well, you know, it just proves if you can't take the heat. Emma, your women want you back.
I'll come out because Jill called me, no other reason.
Now, Emma,
What?
we've nearly come to the end of the night. I'm not backing down, because at the end of the day, we all know who the best is. Apart from Jill, who's been paid this evening, obviously, by the amount of drinks Emma's got. So, Emma, I'm not going to admit, like, the women are the best. I'm not going to admit the men are the best. All I'm going to say is, Emma, I can show you a whole new world. It's the only link I could think of to get us into the last song. Come on, give me some credit. I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But now from way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sights, indescribable feelings, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
100,000
Hold your breath,
things to
it gets
see.
better.
I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far. Can't go back to where
A
I
whole
used to
new
be. Every turn a
world,
surprise.
new horizons
Every
to
moment gets
pursue.
better.
I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new
A
world.
whole new world.
That's where we'll be.
That's where we'll be.
A thrilling chase
A wondrous place for you and me.
Emma.
Okay, now's the time to hear. I'm in the toilet. Lads, do you think you've won? Ladies, do you think you've won? We'll try that again. Lads? Ladies?
Now hang on, the ladies are screaming more for you because you're asking them. So lads, do me proud, please don't let me down, all right? So yeah, the women scream, don't they? They just like screech like. They don't make like a proper noise, do they? That's what I've been doing half of tonight, ain't I really? So lads, you know, deep down, this is the time to show how sort of like how superior we are to the women. So lads, if you think we should have won, then make loads of noise. No! Oh yeah.
Ladies? Can we video those two? Because they're having a little fight over there. Stan keeps clapping his hand over Jill's
Stan,
mouth
come
and
here,
the other
mate.
way round.
Stan, come up here.
Come on, Jill. You can come up here with me as well.
Right. Now, this is not just for me now. This is for Stan as well, lads. All right? Because if you don't make this right, Stan's possibly going to be sleeping on the balcony tonight. Again. So if you think the lads, on behalf of Stan, should be the winners, then make noise now!
And now I know Jill can make more noise than anyone in this room. So 1, 2, 3, ladies! Go on then.
Cheers. Emma, please finish it off.
Finish it off because his throat's dying. Okay, guys, thanks very much for supporting us all the way through the day. It's 11:30 now, so we're going to clear the stage as quick as possible, and then please get up on the dance floor, and we'll see you a little bit later.